Welcome to this episode. We are going to be learning how to get more views on your YouTube videos. I am so excited to introduce today's guest. She's another Australian YouTuber. I've actually done a collab with her, and it's amazing to have her as our online and YouTuber friend. And she also posts a lot of very aesthetic lifestyle content. She has 2.4 thousand subscribers on YouTube, and her highest viewed video has 49,000 views. So thank you so much, Mariam Rizvi, for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be on your podcast.
And we are so excited to have you. So something we want to ask everyone who joins us on our podcast is, what made you get started on your YouTube channel?
Well, that's actually a really good question, and I should have probably prepped up my answers since I've been listening to your podcast.
No, that's all good. I think you've been doing it for a few years, so it's been some time.
I know. I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel ever since I was in high school, but I was just always worried about what other people would say, and people in school would always be so mean if I did start one. So I kind of just was, because I did media when I was in high school and I really enjoyed it. And my media teacher is actually the one that gave me the confidence to start my YouTube channel, because I would just make little videos with my friends and stuff. And then I've always loved photography and videography, because I feel like everyone had their own hobbies, whether it's sport or art or something. And I felt like this was the only thing that actually got me excited to do something. And then the minute I was out of high school, as soon as I started uni, I decided to start my YouTube channel. And I started off with travel and fashion videos, and then I started doing lifestyle and vlogs because that's what I prefer to do. And it's kind of just gone from there. I've just always wanted to do it, but I just lacked the confidence and was too worried about what other people think.
Well, we're grateful for your teacher as well, because I'm so glad that you ended up doing YouTube videos. This is a bit off topic, but since you mentioned, and so many people on our podcast have been talking about that fear of getting started, what was the reception like when you did start posting videos?
Well, because I started my videos really late when I started in out of high school. So the people that I was talking to in high school, I don't think they really knew about it unless they maybe stalked me on social media or something. But I was really worried about how my family would react, especially my mum, because I was I don't think she'd be really into it, because I don't think she'd be really understanding it. And because she's always don't talk to people on the internet, don't talk to strangers, all that stuff. But then she ended up being my biggest supporter. She helps me film my YouTube videos and take my content and give me ideas. And she's definitely my biggest critic as well. But she's always very supportive. I'm really grateful because my family is very supportive. And then the community that I've built on social media, all the friends that I've made, has just been so worth it. But I think at the start, honestly, I didn't hear anything to my face, but I did hear people talking behind my back and stuff, but it didn't really faze me because I never really saw them in real life anyway.
Oh, yeah. No, I think that's really good to know. And I'm so glad that your family was supportive and is supportive of this. So going into the topic, let's just start broadly. And what do you think makes you get more views in your videos? Do you see anything, the types of videos that do get more views in your channel?
I do notice my, anything when I include reviews, my Udi reviews, the one that has the 49,000 views. And I think it's just mainly goes to the fact that it's such a popular product and it's so advertised. So a lot of people just want to have a look to see if it's actually worth the hype and stuff. So I always notice that it's typically always reviews and hauls that do really well on my channel. But I also do notice that if I do start a series, at the moment, I'm doing my house series on YouTube, because I'm kind of making it it's a TV show with different episodes that gets people hooked in to want to continue subscribing and watching. I've noticed that that has definitely helped grow my subscriber count and my views, because normally before that, I noticed that within the first couple of hours that my videos would be going up, it wouldn't really be doing that well. But ever since I started making it an actual series, I found that a lot of people want to tune in, and actually I get more click-through rates as soon as it goes up, which is really cool.
Yeah, I think that's so good, because if YouTube sees people coming back over and over again, they're going to realize those are the people that want to watch your content and really push it out there and just think like this is a channel that we want to promote. So for anyone listening, a series sounds like a really good idea. And one of the things that we were looking at your highest ranked videos, and like you said, a lot of them were reviews or hauls, and a lot of them had like brand or titles in them, such as the Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, or like a Nasty Gal haul, or your MacBook, unboxing, or a Super thing, or Pop Nap. So it was like a lot of names in the titles, which I think you explained really well as well, because a lot of people are looking for that. So then they find your video and want to see if it works, if it's real, or if it's good, or whatever it is, I guess going back to the series, so you mentioned that is doing really well. Do you have any tips about getting someone from, one video, let's say they found your Udi or they found one of your series videos, how do you get them to watch other videos? Do you have any tips about that?
Always pop in my bio that like I create, lifestyle content, fashion content, book content, all that stuff. So it's not, because I don't really have one set niche, which I definitely don't think you need to stick to one niche to be successful on YouTube. So I do pop it out there that, this is the kind of content that you can expect from me. And then obviously using my end cards at the end of the video. So it's like promoting videos that are kind of similar. So they'll hopefully click on that and then be like, okay, I like this video as well, and increase the chances of subscribing and watching my videos.
I think it's interesting that you say you don't really have a specific niche, and I can definitely see that. But at the same time, whenever you post videos, there's no video that I am shocked and I'm like, oh, I didn't expect that out of your channel. So I feel like in there is some type of niche, and that could just be kind of your lifestyle and living in Melbourne and doing the things at your age and things like that. So I don't know, it just seems like there is maybe not, we can't categorize it into just beauty videos or makeup or, books or something like that. But there's definitely something that holds it all together.
Yeah.
I think it's also, you can see that with the type of like your thumbnails. I can quickly recognize that it's your video. So I just wanted to ask you, what do you think is important in putting your thumbnails together? What do you think about when creating those?
For my thumbnails, I honestly plan them in advance, because I find that the worst thing is when you film a video and then you realize, oh my God, I don't have a thumbnail. And then you have to go through and find a screenshot and then pop it in. I like to actually take my thumbnails either in advance or as I'm actually doing the video, because I feel like I do have a specific style on how I create my thumbnails, because I do want it to be kind of, I suppose, unique. So as soon as you see my thumbnail, you'll know it's one of my videos. So I think my best tip when it comes to creating thumbnails is actually taking them in advance, to be honest, but obviously making it relevant to the video. Some of my thumbnails are most likely like posed, to be honest. But what I like doing is, you would probably see in my thumbnails, I sometimes just have a photo of myself, and then I outline it. I think that always ends up looking so cool. So it just pops out. And if I'm doing a fashion video or something and I'm using a specific brand, I'll just go search up a PNG of the brand's logo and pop it in, so then they'll know that's the brand I'm going for. That's what I did with my furniture shopping vlog. I just popped a photo of Harvey Norman, so they know, oh yeah, I'm going shopping over there. And then showing little bits and pieces of what you can expect, because the thumbnail is technically the first thing you're going to see. So if you want someone to actually look into it, you want to make it stand out, so someone's going to want to actually click on it.
That makes sense. And the other thing is getting people to click on those videos, like you said. So you have the thumbnail, and then you also have the title of the video. What's your thought process when picking a title for the videos? Do you do any research on them? Do you pick it before or after?
I typically for my vlogs, I don't do it in advance, because sometimes I just don't know what I'm going to be doing. But if it's something for example, an Udi review, I actually do go on YouTube and I'll just start to type up Udi review, Udi unboxing, see which ones seem to be getting the most views. And I always find that when it comes to my videos anyway, I like to be really specific. So like if I'm going furniture shopping, for example, I will do furniture shopping with me, and then I'll pop down like the stores that I'm visiting, like my location. So in Melbourne, Australia, because I feel like a lot of the YouTube community is in America or the Northern Hemisphere. So I feel like that kind of gives me an advantage if I just pop down in Melbourne, Australia, because then a lot of people want to just click on it. So I do my research. I don't really do extensive research, to be honest, but like I do include like, okay, I can see this video as well when this person does this title, and then I'll kind of incorporate it into my titles and just like see how it goes. But I always recommend like be as detailed as you can, because I feel like when you're being detailed, then your videos will most likely be at least put out more, because well, that's what I've found anyway.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. All your thumbnails and titles are very clear. So, like, if someone's just like scrolling on YouTube and they see your videos, they will know exactly what to expect when they click on it. So, yeah, I think it's definitely good to keep in mind thumbnails and titles, to make people click on them. And do you find that it's important to promote your videos? Because I know that you also post on Instagram a lot. Do you find that people do go from one platform to the other?
Not always, but I do like to cross promote, because it definitely doesn't hurt. And what's really cool is I usually promote on my Instagram stories, because I can see how many people have viewed it. And what's really cool is now you can actually see how many people have actually clicked on a link, because you can actually link it instead of linking it in your bio. So I like doing that. And also because you may get just like new followers coming in through Instagram. And if you pop it in your bio, then they're going to be like, oh, so you have a YouTube channel, maybe I'll check that out. So that's something really cool. So it definitely doesn't hurt. I know from my house videos, I have a lot of like friends and family that don't follow me on YouTube, so whether they don't have an account or something. So I like putting it on my Instagram story, so then they can see and just easily like access it and view it from there. And I also think YouTube does take into account like insights from how people are actually finding your videos. So whether it's through Instagram or Facebook or YouTube or whatever it is. Mostly it's just like my family, to be honest, going through my Instagram story links. But I think it's really cool to see how many like website clicks you're getting on, like from your Instagram stories, to see if it actually does work. I found sometimes my videos, I think it really depends on the type of videos. I know if it's vlogs, when I do promote on like YouTube, there are definitely a lot more clicks as compared to like, say, a review or something.
Like you said, it's really good now that you can add links on Instagram story, because before it used to be you had to have 10,000, I think, followers. I'm so glad that they changed that though. It's so handy.
Literally, I don't know why they even made that a thing in the first place, where you needed like 10,000 followers. I love using the links. Like it's so handy. Like even if you're just, if you're doing a link for like, say you're wanting to promote something, like you're doing a collab or something, that's like so fun. I love it.
And so I think this is a great time now just to say, if you're listening to this, go check out and follow all of Mariam's accounts and pages. She posts some really great content. She posts on YouTube and on Instagram, and I'm going to link everything in the description. But it is just her name, so Mariam Rizvi. And on Instagram, it's Mariam_Rizvi. I'm just curious, because we've been talking about, you've mentioned how it's your videos firstly are shown to subscribers, and then if they're clicking on it, then you'll go to a wider audience and everything like that. Have you ever seen a video that's not doing so well at the start? And then have you done anything to try and change that? So if you've tried a different thumbnail or tried a different title, or maybe then you go and promote it more. I'm not sure if that's something you have ever done, but I'm kind of just curious.
Actually, there was one video. I think it was my house hunting video. At the start, it wasn't really getting that many views. And then that's when I was just like going on YouTube and seeing like how other people are like titling their videos and stuff. Because on YouTube, it says like, oh, maybe your thumbnail or your title is not like that interesting. So I then actually, I think initially I just said like house hunting vlog or something like that. And then I actually changed it to do like house hunting in Melbourne, Australia. And then that's when I found there were a lot more people that started watching it. And now it's like got a lot more views. So that I think goes again with like being as specific as you can, because I find that that definitely doesn't hurt with getting more views and stuff. As for thumbnails, honestly, I probably wouldn't really change anything like that. It's usually if I'm going to change anything, I'll just probably like change the title, which I have done before, and I definitely noticed that it had helped, but I've only done it once, so I don't know if it was.
I think it counts. I think that's that's kind of a test for your own theory, how you mentioned that being specific, especially, posting in Melbourne or in Australia will get you more
Yeah.
views. And I know it's just one, it's a very small sample size, but I think it kind of might show a little bit what you're saying, which is really great to see. So you have shared so many amazing tips with us today, but if there is just one key takeaway for listeners, what would it be?
I think like my biggest advice is that YouTube and just Instagram, social media in general, it's going to take a long time for you to probably see results, unless like, one of your videos blows up or something, but it's mostly unlikely. So just be patient and just create content that you're genuinely and excited for. I think that's just probably my biggest advice. Just have fun with it and don't worry too much about numbers, because sometimes it's just something that you can't really control. So that's probably my biggest tip. Just have fun with it and don't worry too much about numbers, and be patient, because some results are not like instant.
That was such amazing advice. I learned a lot. I'm definitely going to start putting in Australia, in Sydney in my videos. And and I think that's really good, as well as to anyone listening, try out series. So thank you so much, Mariam, for joining us in this podcast.
No problem. Thanks so much for having me.
And if you learned a lot from this video and want to see how you can grow your channel even more and get even more views, we definitely recommend watching this video where we talk about how you can cross-promote your channel and how to be really structured and organized with that. So we'll see you there.